So if you have something you want to sit up on, you can grab it, a blanket or cushion. And either close your eyes or take a soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. And begin to slow down your breath. And allow yourself the spaciousness of just being here doing this. I'm sure you have a lot of things you might think about or plans or problems to solve. And just knowing that we'll all be waiting for you after class, and you've carved out this time to be here physically, and you can set aside all the other business. And anytime you notice that your mind has wandered onto other things, past, future, and just the moment that you notice, feel free to drop it right in the middle of the thought. Coming back to feeling where your body is right now. Feeling your breath slow and deep. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus. And feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout your practice. So let's begin with a gentle twist. You can take your left hand across to your right knee, your right hand to the floor behind you. As you inhale, sit a little taller, and as you exhale, see if you can rotate a little bit more. Breath by breath, keep going. What is your edge here? Right up to your edge. Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the opposite way, looking over the other shoulder like you're wringing out your spine. And then release and switch. Starting gently at first. As you inhale, sit a little taller. As you exhale, rotate a little more, and then breath by breath. A little more height, a little deeper twist. Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder, wringing out. And then release back around to the front. Let's interlace fingers in front and put some pressure between your arms like you're going to pull them apart. Feel that how that can open up the upper back between the shoulder blades. And then release. Let's interlace fingers behind the back. Other thumb on top this time. Open up the chest, heart lifting. And then fold forward any amount. Could be just dropping your head. Could be coming part way or all the way to the floor. And then release, come up, hands to knees, round back, lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top. Sitting nice and tall, drop your right ear over the right shoulder and let's press down through the left shoulder, looking for a stretch on left side of the neck. And if you move your head even a little bit, if you lift or lower your chin or adjust, you might bring the sensation into a slightly different part of your neck. Feel free to experiment. Release chin to chest. Come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop, but now even more through the right side, looking for a good stretch there. Let's rotate chin to chest. Come back to the first side, and then go back and forth a few times, half circles or 3/4 circles, watching the sensation move from one side to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace fingers behind your head. Let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of your neck. And then release the arms. Head floats back up. We'll bring hands to the floor behind us, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back, your elbows back. Puff up the chest, like you're filling a balloon in the chest and floating it up towards the ceiling. And then release, come up, hands to knees. Round back, lean away from your hands on your knees. And then roll your way back up. Let's bring the feet to the floor, hip width apart, parallel. You can bring your hands to the floor in front of your feet and take a gentle rock front to back. Go as slow as you need to, so you're being careful with anything that needs a little extra care. But go right to your edge, finding the maximum stretch for your toes, for your calves, ankles. You might also tune into the palms of your hands, spreading your fingers, waking up your hands, getting ready for a little more weight in the hands soon. And then drop your heels, lift your hips, shift your weight back. And let's hang in ragdoll, feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Maybe take a sway or shake out. What is there to let go of here? If ever it feels too much to let go, see if you can adjust the outer shape so you're not beyond your edge. So here that might mean bending your knees a little more, or using support through your arms. Let's plant the hands near the front of the mat and step back, come into a high push-up position. Feel your head connected to your heels, engage your core. Imagine the whole underside lifting up a little higher away from the floor. Keep that lift as you shift your weight forward and lower down into low push-up. And then take your time coming into this first back bend of class. You might take cobra or up dog. Feel free to experiment, really checking in with yourself. How is this? When you're ready, come back to down dog. You can take your time. You might pedal out your feet a little bit. You might shift your hips side to side, moving in the way that's interesting for you. And then drop your knees and let's sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. Settling into ease. Each time you get a chance to rest, how much can you let go? With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then come back to center. Let's lift up through table, come back through down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, and lightly hop or step your feet to the front of your mat, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Standing tall, mountain pose, Tadasana. Next inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Please take the time you need for all your transitions. You can move at your pace. And then each time we rest, choose a shape that feels like a rest for you. That could be down dog, but it could just as well be child's pose or sitting or on your forearms or knees. Reestablishing your commitment to just being here, just doing this. This is enough. Last breath. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, when you are ready, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times, pulling the hips up and away from your hands as you circle. Take your leg a little higher, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, sink low. Let's grab the left wrist and take it across for a little side bend. Come over to the other side. Grab your right wrist, take it across. And then back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the heart. Hips low, chest high. Release arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. Hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square, with the upper body letting go. Can you feel the heaviness of your head hanging? One more breath. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel to the floor on the inside. Sweep the arms high. Hips low. One more breath. Release pyramid pose, hands to the floor or to blocks if you have them. We're going to straighten the front leg part way or all the way. Feel free to adjust the distance between your legs. Come up as high as you need to onto blocks. If you don't have blocks, you could also use your hands on your shin. Just make sure you're not locking your right knee. Going towards a flat back, towards hip square, towards folding. Let's release. Make your way back to down dog. Each transition, move in the way that feels right for you. So a vinyasa could be a good way to move. High to low push-up, up dog or cobra to down dog. But that's not the only way. You might make something else up that works better for you. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up, bend your knee in, start circling this bent left knee. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher. Circle your ankle a few times. Big circles, both directions. And then bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. And right towards the center of your chest. Reach it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Settle in. Grab your right wrist. Take it over for a little side bend. Come over to the other side. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Other thumb on top this time. Release arms up. Tip forward. Standing splits. Hands to the floor or to blocks. Let your head hang. Let your neck release. Big step back. Warrior one. Engaging what's useful and keep finding ease. Even in these strong poses, can there be relaxation? Last breath. Release hands to the floor or to your blocks. Pyramid pose, adjusting in whatever way you need. Finding your variation, working with your limits. As you're feeling what this shape has to offer, is it possible to surrender? Let it be just like it is. Last breath here. Let's make our way back to down dog. And then settle into a good resting pose, whether that's down dog, child's pose, sitting, or something else. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips sink low, head reaches high, shoulders low, fingers high. Feeling what's going up, what's going down. Last breath. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. When you're ready, step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's come into warrior three. You're welcome to modify this in any way you need. You might keep your torso high and your leg low. If you do tip forward, keep the torso and back leg connected. Hips square, straight long line through your whole body. You can choose your arm position. Supporting leg can be bent or straight. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Release through your movement transition. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three. Modify or adjust however you'd like. feeling whatever you're choosing to do. Probably right where you are is right where you need to be. One more breath. Step back. Warrior one. Release. Make your way back to a good resting pose, whatever that is for you. Reestablishing ease. Want to come back to ease where it's easy, and then each pose is a challenge. How about now? Can there be ease here? Last deep breath in and out. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Chair or thunderbolt. And release, standing tall. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back. Lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Just taking one thing at a time. When you're ready, right leg sweeps up, feeling that. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Come in. Step right back to warrior one. From here, open out, warrior two. Let's flip the right palm to face the ceiling. Reverse warrior two. Straighten the front leg, triangle, reach out to come down. You can bring your hand to your shin, your ankle, block or the floor. One more breath. Release, make your way to down dog, however you get there. Just taking one thing at a time. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Big step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Step back, warrior one. Open out, warrior two. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior two. Straighten the front leg, triangle. Finding just the right amount of effort. 100% of what's needed, and keep letting go. Can there be more surrender? One more breath here. This time, as you release, bring both hands to the floor and turn to face the wide side of your mat. Wide-legged forward fold, bring feet to parallel. Let your upper body release as much as you're able. Feel free to separate your feet more or less. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. If it's difficult to reach the floor, feel free to use a block for your hands. And just notice how your weight is distributed between your toes and heels. If it's all in one or the other, can you even it out? And then keeping your legs more or less how they are now, walk both hands over to the right. You might take hold of the right foot or just go in that direction, feeling what's being stretched, what you notice while you're here, and you're welcome to explore or experiment. There's so many different ways your body can move. So you're welcome to find what's interesting. Let's walk the hands over to the left. You don't need to be able to reach your foot. You're just going in that direction, looking for your edges. So when you find them, that's a good thing. That's what we're looking for. What's possible? Walk your hands through center, over to the right. This time turn all the way to face the back of your mat. You can lift your back heel. So you're in a lunge, setting up for a twist. Left hand can stay on the floor as you lift the right arm up for an open twist, or for something deeper, you can take a prayer twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee, hands towards the center of the chest. In either case, if you would prefer to do a low lunge and drop the back knee, you're welcome to. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor, walk through center and over to the other side. High lunge, left side. Facing front, take a similar twist. So whatever you did on the first side, either arms extended or prayer twist, high lunge or low lunge. Last breath. Let's release. Make your way to down dog, however you want to get there. And then 5 deep breaths. Down dog or any other neutral shape. Letting go of everything we've done, everything we might do, just feeling what's right here, right now. Last deep breath in and out. Let's make our way to sitting. You can extend the legs forward, take the flesh of the sit bones back, inch the heels forward. Feel free to sit up on something. If a little lift under the hips would be useful, feel free to use that. As you fold forward, you might reach for your feet. If you can't reach your feet, you could put something like a strap around the feet, or go back to having hands on the floor. Go towards length, towards folding. Meeting your edge right where it is. Perfect place to be right now. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's bring soles of the feet together. You can grab your big toes or ankles with that grip. Lengthen and fold. Your elbows could push into the legs to help them open. Or if it works better, you might lean into your hands or elbows on the floor in front of you. And then release, bring the upper body up. I'm going to bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Push your foot into your arm and allow your arm to be kind of pulled off your back and sink back through the chest and kind of slump. Call this Shlumpasana. So the more you slump, the better it feels. The arm being pulled off can get a lovely stretch in the upper back. You can let your head hang. Not typical alignment, but you can get into a really lovely opening. And then we'll start to come forward on the sit bones, zip up the spine, more traditional alignment, both shoulders back and down. And then open the right leg out to the right, whatever amount you're able, maybe part straight or all the way straight. You can use your left hand on your knee, pulling against it, coming right up to the front of the sit bones. And then release. Bend the right leg in and we'll switch sides, starting with the first variation, Shlumpasana. Left hand to the inside of the left foot. Pull your arm off your back. Let your shoulder blade come off and resist by sinking back through your chest, through your belly. Let your head hang. Second variation, sit tall, come right up onto the sit bones. Draw your shoulder blade back on your back, open the left leg out. You can straighten part way or all the way, just finding your edge. Right to the front of the sit bones. And then release. Make sure the back of your mat is clear, and if you're not already at the front of your mat, come to the front of the mat. So we're going to grab the big toes, find balance on the sit bones, and then open the legs out to the side. So this is like the second variation. Shoulder blades are on the back, long spine, and you're straightening your legs as much as you can until you find your edge. And then can you come right up to the front of the sit bones, right before you fall? Finding balance. If it's too tight, bend your knees. They can be quite bent. Now double checking everything's clear back there. You're not going to fall on anything. If you round your back, you're going to rock back, either balancing on the middle back or some of you might come all the way to the shoulders. So you can be in a big wide-legged plow, or if you didn't make it back all the way to your shoulders, on your middle back. And then if it feels like a safe idea, you can try and rock your way back up to balance. Might make it on the first one, might need a couple rocks and rolls. This is where you may be happy to be in the privacy of your own home. Let's take legs together. So they can be bent or straight. If holding the big toes feels like too much, you could hold behind the calves. You're going towards a long spine, towards straight legs. If you have the mobility, you can go towards bending your arms in, getting even longer. Again, rounding back, rocking back either to the middle back or maybe all the way to plow. And this time, let's roll down very slowly. You can use your hands on your legs like brakes. So if your hips start to crash down, pull on the brakes. So that could be the feet, the ankles, the calves. And see if you can take your time, slowly, slowly rolling the hips to the floor. If the hips came all the way down right away, that's okay. You can just rock and roll with knees to the chest. This can be a lovely massage for the erector muscles, and it doesn't work for everybody. It's okay. Once your hips are down, bring your knees in. Little circle or rock, releasing the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And I'm going to suggest a supported bridge. We are moving towards the end of class, so if there's a different way you want to wind things down, feel free to do that. You will need a prop for supported bridge. Could be a block, firm cushion, a couple books with a towel over it, foam roller. A lot of different things could work. Place whatever you've got under your sacrum. So a little lower than the lower back, and then let the hips rest down onto it. If it feels too high or low, see if you can find something else. If it's too hard or soft, see if you can find something else until you get just the right thing. Resting the weight of your hips down. You're welcome to stay here or add a hip flexor stretch. If you'd like to take a hip flexor stretch, bring your right knee to your chest, take hold of it. Could be with one hand or both hands. And then straighten the left leg, the other leg, and let that straight left leg hang. The more you hug your right knee to your chest, the more you let that straight left leg hang, there can be a nice opening in the front of the left hip. Switch sides when you're ready. Bring your left knee in. Take hold of it. Straighten the right leg. Hug the left knee in. Let that straight right leg hang. When you feel even on the two sides, come to neutral. That could be both feet back to the floor, both knees to the chest, or both legs up in the air. Finding a position where you can hang out in for a few moments, letting go as much as possible. So almost totally passive poses can be interesting because some effort is required. If you totally relaxed, your legs would fall down. But how much can you let go? Can you relax your face fully? Can you relax your arms and hands? Can you relax your belly? Can you let the muscles of your legs release as if the bones were stacked? On your own time, you are welcome to release. Just check in with your body. If there is anything else you're desiring before we wrap up this practice, any last pose or stretch, any part of your body needing attention. Take your time. Eventually coming into your final rest. letting go of the control of your breath. You can slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles. Eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste.